In this video, we're talking about what fractional marketing actually is. But we aren't talking about what a fractional CMO does for a client. We're talking about how you, as a fractional executive, must market yourself. First, I'm going to explain the resume trap and why treating your fractional business like a job search is destroying your pipeline. Then I'll walk you through how to stop selling your time and start selling productized outcomes. I'll also share the Help Sales and Fun framework to build a referral engine that does your marketing for you. And finally, I'll explain how to install a consistent fractional operating system so you never have to worry about where your next client is coming from. Let's dive in. When most people hear fractional marketing, they think of a part-time CMO. But if you're a fractional executive, whether you're a CFO, CTO, CMO, you have a marketing problem of your own. You're no longer an employee. You're a business. And businesses do not get hired by handing out resumes. Businesses get hired by marketing their solutions to specific problems. Fractional marketing is the system you use to make your expertise visible, relevant, and most importantly, irresistible to your target client. It's the shift from saying, here's where I've worked, to saying, here's the exact problem I solve and the proprietary method I use to solve it. If you don't have a system for your fractional marketing, you don't have a business. You have a series of temporary, high-stress 1099 jobs. Let's break down exactly how to market your fractional business. The first step in marketing your fractional business is throwing away your resume. Your resume is a historical document. It says, here are the responsibilities I've held in the past. A CEO hiring a fractional leader doesn't really care about your past responsibilities. They care about your future results. When you hand a CEO a resume, you're forcing them to do the heavy lifting. You're asking them to read your history and guess, can you solve their biggest problem that keeps them up at 2 a.m? Fractional marketing means you have to do that translation for them. You shift from a resume to a portfolio of case studies. You show them before and after. You show them the specific problems you've solved, the strategies you've implemented, and the measurable impact you've had on the bottom line. You stop marketing your history and you start marketing your outcomes. The second step in fractional marketing is changing how you package your services. If you're writing custom proposals for every prospect, you're commoditizing yourself. Custom proposals force the client to compare you on price against every other consultant out there. Fractional marketing requires you to productize your expertise. This means taking your knowledge and packaging it into clearly defined and repeatable service with a set price and a specific timeline. So instead of offering fractional CFO services for $150 an hour, you offer a 30-day cash flow diagnostic for a flat fee. When you productize your offers, you remove the friction from the buying process. The client knows exactly what they're getting, exactly what it costs, and exactly what the outcome will be. Productizing your expertise is the ultimate marketing tool because it makes it incredibly easy for the client to say yes. The third step in fractional marketing is building your referral engine. You can't rely on job boards and you can't rely solely on your existing network because that momentum will eventually dry up. You need to market yourself to the people who already have the trust of your target client. This is the Help, Sales, and Funds framework. Who else helps your target client? If you're a fractional CMO, maybe it's a fractional CFO or an HR consultant. Who sells to your target client? Think about the agencies, the software vendors, the recruiters who are already inside the company. Who funds your target client? Venture capital, private equity firms, they're always looking for trusted operators to drop into their portfolio companies. Fractional marketing means building strategic relationships with these 3 groups. Because when you become the go-to expert for people who help sell and fund your target client, they will do the marketing for you. The final step in fractional marketing is consistency. Marketing yourself cannot be something you do when your contract ends or you have a panic. You need a permanent fractional operating system. You need a fractional OS. It requires consistent action even when you're fully booked. You need to use AI agents to gather daily market intelligence so you know exactly who's getting funded and who is experiencing leadership changes. You need to do 10 outreaches every single week. 10, not 3, not 4. You need to do 10 to your help, sales, and funds network, always asking for 2 or more connections. You need to broadcast your signal by posting compounding content once a week. You need to engage with your Dream 100 a minimum of 3 times a week. Fractional marketing, it's not a one-time campaign. It is a consistent system. When you install your fractional OS, your network is always warm, your signal is always broadcasting, and your pipeline isn't empty. So when we talk about what fractional marketing is, we're not talking about the services you deliver to your clients. We're talking about how to market yourself as a business. This means escaping the resume trap and selling outcomes instead of history. It means productizing your expertise so it's easy for your clients to buy. It means using the Help, Sales, and Funds framework to build a referral engine. And it means installing a relentlessly consistent fractional operating system to keep your pipeline full. When you master fractional marketing, you stop hunting for work and the work starts finding you. Now that you understand how to market your fractional business, if you want to see how to turn these strategies into a predictable, scalable pipeline, go watch this video next. The system behind predictable pipeline for fractional executives. In that video, you'll see how to take these marketing concepts and build them into a cohesive system that runs even when you're busy delivering client work. Go watch that video next.